body bags were horror lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, happy Thursday, this is your fright chick speaking. Okay, so this week I'm doing a film that I literally just watched on YouTube. It's called Dead Girls, and I'm pretty sure it's from this year, so 2016. It's a low budget horror film by Rough Cut Films. Stars literally no one you've probably ever seen before, but I kind of dug it. It's got all that cheesy kind of low budget, bad acting, bad effects, but with some little gems in there, some really well done scenes, and I enjoyed it. So it's an anthology, like one of my favourite things ever. It's an anthology, there's 3 stories, and we have a wraparound. I have no fucking clue what the wraparound was even about, so don't really watch it for that. Just watch it for the stories. I did write the titles down. We have Over My Dead Body. We also have, oh my god, Theta Fires Never Die, and we have Vengeance Is Mine. And like I said, I got a kick out of kind of the crappiness of this film, but I think this might be a little gem, which is why I'm totally up for everyone who's watching this review to go and watch this film. Okay, so like I said, we have a little wraparound, which honestly made no fucking sense. It began with a girl running away from a guy who seems to be like the kind of serial killer, like a Jason Voorhees chasing you through the woods. She runs into a house, and she does not seem bothered at all that this guy is kind of out there trying to get her. She makes tons of fucking noise, spends way too long looking about the place, and then it just jumps. Now, I read the synopsis for this film, and it basically said that we have 3 stories that come from a diary. So they are diary pages of girls, and that's where we get our stories. I never would have worked that out unless I'd have read the synopsis first. I mean, honestly, I don't know how they did it, but it just jumped from the fucking wraparound into these stories with no context, nothing to say this is where they're coming from. That was probably the biggest bugbear that I had with this film. But yeah, so Over My Dead Body is the first one. We have a little party going on at a guy's house. We have a kind of couple who are having like a breakup, having an argument, you know, like he's kind of going off with this other girl. So his girlfriend decides, I'm going to get a tattoo and I'm drunk, and then blah blah blah. Now, I'd like to say that this isn't a spoiler, but it kind of is, but it's not really a huge spoiler. The girl is obviously going to die, because that is the point of these stories. It's about dead girls. She dies, but the actual story is about the fact that she comes back and she exacts her revenge. All of these stories are vengeance stories, okay? They are literally about the main character dying and then coming back in various ways and exacting their revenge. That's what they're all about, and they're really kind of cool. I don't know if it's kind of just I like to root for the victim in these kinds of things. You get to root for the kind of the ghost or the zombie or the whatever they are. I like that, and I like people that get their revenge. It's awesome. I really do. So she does that. She comes back and she's going to enact her revenge, and it was pretty cool. The acting was alright in parts, but the special effects they used in this, some of them were good, but her acting when she was trying to be all ghost was a really weird special effect they used, and it just made it look really stupid. But apart from that, it was okay. Number 2, Theta Fires Never Die. I really like this one. It's a sorority girl story. We have the air quotes ugly girl, who you know is going to be hot at some point later. The ugly girl, she's a pledge, and she's there with her friend, and they're trying to get into the really cool, popular, you know, sorority house. But of course, something goes horribly wrong, and it's like a hazing thing gone completely wrong. She ends up dead. And then she comes back to enact her revenge. But I really liked the way they did this. I thought that the shots were great. I thought some of the death scenes in this one were actually pretty funny and pretty like cool in general, especially the last one. But that is what this whole thing is about. She is now super hot. It's really like a kind of Jennifer's body. Fucking hell. Jennifer's body kind of thing, you know? That kind of feel. Okay, number 3, Vengeance Is Mine. This is pretty much kind of like an I Spit on Your Grave type thing. We have a young girl. She's been growing up in like a convent, I guess. I mean, they don't have a fucking budget for this to make like a whole thing about it. But the priest that is running this place, her parents have died, and the priest that's running this place is abusing her. And it's turned her into a girl who is of loose morals. And she's out on the street, you know, dressed as a nun and picking up guys and all this kind of stuff. But she has had enough. So she decides that she's gonna enact her revenge. That's pretty much it, you know. The priest and the nuns and that push her too far, and she decides that's it, it's time, and she just goes on a bit of a spree. And it's actually a pretty cool one. I did like it. I mean, like I said, it's hard to get kind of scared when some of the effects are so crap looking, but some of this stuff was done really well. I guess it's all about the jump scares for this one, because, you know, it's not really going to be scary any other way. But either way, it was done pretty well. I reckon I would happily rewatch this one. I mean, I wouldn't give it a high rating, but I would rewatch this one just for the simple fact that it's an easy watch and it's pretty fun. It's super fun. So, Dead Girls, look it up, give it a watch, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.